if you're thinking, boutique hotel investing and blah, 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 and maybe you're investing in Airbnbs right now, I think the thing here, guys, is, this phenomenon's happening right now across the country. So if you're investing in Airbnbs and you listen to this podcast, and you're buying Airbnbs right now, unless you're playing in a space where you have these larger properties that host 30 guests, I think that you're playing in a space that's, a shrinking industry. And I really believe that with the tightening Airbnb regs, everything is really going towards the boutique hotels. I really think that there's a huge opportunity in front of us. I really think that the tens of thousands of Airbnb investors out there are looking for that next thing. And I really feel that in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 5 years' time, it's going to be that next thing. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Report Saturday edition. And I got my favorite all-time co-host. I got Miss Alex Johnson. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. How's it going?
It's going really, really good. We're coming off of an exciting closing. We acquired another boutique hotel last Friday. Super excited for it. Huge shout out to our investors, by the way, who came through. Big win for the investors. Big win for us. Everyone that was involved with the transaction, our lender, the broker, but everyone that came through, and huge shout out to you. You were grinding. You were putting in some 12-hour days here in the office,
Yep.
leading up to the closing. These closings always have a bunch of last minute things that need to happen, a bunch of last minute signatures, and so Alex, thank you so much. I could literally not do this without you, and
Of
you played
course.
such a
Yeah.
crucial role.
We did it. It was fun. It was exciting. We made it happen. Some early mornings, late nights, but it was all worth it. And that's what you got to do. I feel like especially, in certain times of you have certain things going on, there's no other way. But yeah, we did it together. So it was fun.
We did. And in this episode, guys, we are going to cover exactly how we closed on this last deal, kind of how the deal came to fruition, why we closed it quickly in 37 days. We're going to go over the business plan. We're going to do some enhancements to the property, what that looks like, how we're going to add value. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what our year kind of looks like, big picture, as we kind of look forward to the remainder of 2025 from a real estate investing perspective and what we're looking to do here with Summers Capital. A lot of good value in this podcast episode. Excited for it. But before we jump into it, Alex, any big plans for the weekend? I know we got some sunshine out here. We got some weather that's warming up. I gotta say, it was a mild winter here in San Diego. Not a lot of rainfall, which is kind of cool. But with the time change about a week and a half ago, 7 o'clock sunsets are back, and I don't know. I was just out grabbing lunch with Marshall Falk's business partner. Shout out to Tyree, by the way. Tyree came to our meetup last week, and she's Marshall Falk's business partner and ex NFL Super Bowl champ for the St. Louis Rams. And I believe maybe he won an MVP. Did he win an MVP? You have to look that up, Oscar. Marshall Falk. Anyways, I went out to lunch with her today at Portside Pier, and I'm like, dude, it feels like 80 degrees
Yeah,
outside.
it's
I'm
been
ready
nice.
for summer.
Yesterday, today. Yeah, actually this weekend I'm going to a country concert.
Are you? Where are you
So
going?
that'll be fun. It's at Gallagher Square.
Oh,
It's called
okay.
Country Fest. It's kind of smaller, but I like Gallagher Square because it's a little bit of a smaller venue and it's outside. So there's like 3 artists or, they have good songs, but a little bit more up and coming. So going with some girlfriends. And so that'll, I feel like, really make it feel like summer. I'm excited.
I haven't been to the new Gallagher Square. I saw
Oh,
they
you
did the
haven't?
remodel about a year ago because up until that point it was
Yes.
just a hill, grass hill. Now it's all
Yes.
different.
I've been once, maybe twice, definitely once, but it's nice. Really nice. They have like a whole ledge. I thought you went to a concert there. Maybe that was before the remodel, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of all about the smaller venues. I went to Observatory for the first time a couple weeks ago. I really liked it there, but just more intimate. Sometimes the big stadiums get a little overwhelming, but
The cool thing about San Diego is once the weather warms up, I would say from spring all the way to the fall, there's so many cool like little tiny music venues throughout San Diego. The Observatory is cool. Waterfront Park is cool. You talked about Petco Park.
Gallagher Square
But
Rady
Rady
Show,
Shell,
yeah.
that
Should take the
is
boat.
yes.
Mhm.
Rady Shell is so sick. And it's like on this little peninsula near the Marriott Marquis Marina in Seaport Village. For anyone that's not familiar with San Diego, if you come, definitely gotta go check out Seaport Village. But anyways, Rady Shell is kind of like it almost looks like the Sydney Opera House, right? It's got that kind of same vibe. And it's on this peninsula. So you're sitting there watching music, live music, and you got water to the right side where the marina is, and you got water to the left side. So you got water on both sides, which is pretty cool. Ambiance is dope, really nice sunsets. But if you have a boat, you can pull up your boat. People pull their boats up and anchor. And depending on the artist, if it's a bigger name artist, they'll have 200 boats just anchored right there. It is pretty cool
I'll have to
vibe.
look up the schedule. I've actually never been to a concert there before. I've wanted to, but yeah, I want to look up the calendar.
I
We'll
love
find a
it.
good
I
one.
love it.
Yep.
Anyways, all right. So this deal, it came to fruition by a broker relation, and this particular asset had traded a couple years ago, and really liked the asset a couple years ago. It's in my hometown of San Clemente in South Orange County. Median home price of 1.7. And we see what's happening in Laguna Beach and Newport Beach, but real estate's getting really expensive up there. Laguna Beach median home price is about 3.1 million, and we're talking a 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath, maybe 2 bath, 1,100 square foot, 1,000 square foot house is going for $3 million in Laguna Beach. And just all that money is starting to come south now. And so San Clemente is now 1.7. It's going to continue to go up in the long term. And so we picked up a nice asset there. Initially traded a couple years ago, and it had 12 offers, 13 offers back then. It got under contract right away. Anyways, the right time, right place. I was having a conversation with the broker not too long ago, and he was like, "Hey, dude, this deal's available if you're interested." The guy's going through a divorce, doesn't want the asset anymore, and I had the numbers to the deal from before, and it was performing better back then. And anyway, so long story short, we put together something, went back and forth a little bit, able to agree on terms, and I had told the broker, that we wanted to play a little offense this year. We wanted to play to win the game. I kind of see from a macro perspective, I see 2025 is one of those years to where things are going to start to shake loose a little bit. We're going to start to see some opportunities come free. I feel like this is kind of the recovery year. I think this liquidity for most Americans is relatively low right now, because let's talk about how people re-up on liquidity. Most Americans re-up on liquidity by refinancing their primary home that they live in. And we've been in a high rate environment for 3 years. And so most Americans have not been able to refinance their primary home. And so even if you're a doctor, an attorney making $400,000 a year, $500,000 a year, you probably still have an expensive mortgage. You have car payments, and you probably have kids that are in private school. So you still have bills. And so even those folks, they need to re-up on cash. And a lot of them do that via refinancing their primary home. And so I feel like liquidity for most Americans is an all-time low. They're feeling the effects of these high rates. And so I don't know. I feel like it's been 36 months now in this environment, and I feel like this is the year where we're going to kind of it will be a recovery year. And I think next year will be 26 will be a slight recovery year. 27 will be slightly better. And I believe, and I'm speculating, I want to preface it with that. I'm always speculating here, and I'm always willing to be wrong. But I believe 2028 will be a year that we get into as real estate investors, and we look back at 2025 and kick ourselves a little bit for not buying good opportunities and good locations. And I think this is one of those deals. And so anyhow, not an opportunity that we traditionally buy. We typically buy these deals where we do these big renovations like Zendel, like Bodega. We're wrapping up a $2.2 million renovation for the Bodega Bay Hotel up in Sonoma Coast, California. And with that type of project, it's a big project. We're shutting down these properties for quite some time. Some of these properties we're shutting down the entire property where there's no income coming in for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months at a time. And it's a lot of work. But this particular asset was already renovated in 2020. It was just severely underperforming, needs better marketing, in need of better operations, in need of better revenue management. They have an Instagram handle, for example. They haven't posted on this property in like over 2 years. And so there's a lot of inefficiencies into which they were operating the property to where we feel like we can capture a lot of that upside and increase that top line by, 35%, maybe a little bit more, just by implementing those things.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do with our revenue manager and our marketing and even just social media. Like, I feel like we'll be able to fine tune all of that and really see a big jump. So I'm excited. Like, I feel like we're like grinding just to get it done. Now we have it, and I'm like excited to see what we can do, just to change the operations.
Totally. And we hadn't bought a deal in almost 11 months at the time. And then now we get into this one. And why did we close in 37 days? I wanted to move relatively quickly. We had a lender that could move relatively quickly. There was a lot of lenders that wanted to fund this deal. And I feel like as we do more projects, we just have more people that want to fund the stuff. Also, the location. Location matters. You talk about more rural projects like what's the surf point up north, Black Sands
Black
Inn
Sands.
up in Shelter Cove, California. That's a little bit more rural, and so you talk about doing permanent loan for something like that. It's going to be a local regional bank, and there's going to be a little bit less volume of lenders that want to touch a deal like that. But you get into a deal in a great market in a good location like South Orange County coastal, you're going to have a lot of lenders that want to fund a deal like that, especially if it's a good going in basis. So let's talk about the price. So we closed on it at 4.6. This is 18 rooms on El Camino Real, South San Clemente, and good looking asset. It's got that Spanish, classic Southern California look. It's got the red Spanish tile roof. It's got the palm trees. It's got that kind of timeless California look. But 4.6, we closed on it. We had 100K seller credit. Did a little retrade in there during due diligence process. I never retrade if the expectations going into the escrow period were disclosed up front. So if there's deferred maintenance or expensive CapEx items like a roof that needs to be replaced, HVAC units need to be replaced, and those things are vocalized to us prior to us going under contract, that's not a reason to retrade. But if you get in there and there's things that you didn't know about, that's a reason to retrade. So did a little retrade there, 100K seller credit, nothing major overall. The property's in really good condition, and we're gonna do some enhancements, which we'll talk about here in a sec. But 100K seller credit, and then we also have the Verizon cell tower on the roof, which we have a LOI in place. We've actually gone back and forth on the LOI. We're about to have a signed LOI on selling that Verizon cell tower. And so, what that does is it allows us to, come in with a little bit less equity, right? Which is only going to induce the returns from a return profile for, us, the investors and all that sort of thing, increase the cash on cash return. But there's a play here, potential to potentially add, and I didn't know this until talking to some of these self tower operators, is we have a play to add a AT&T. We have a play to add a T-Mobile, and then potentially sell those for $500,000-$600,000 a piece as well. So we'll see.
Crazy.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been fun to learn about that on this one. Like I had no idea about any of that. And just like learning all the ins and outs of it. And I mean, even just from one of the guys that comes to our meetups, like it's just kind of cool to see like how it's all, how it's all happened.
Yeah. And for me, I'm like, dude, these cell tower leases are like 15, 20-year leases.
Yeah.
Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T are like top tier like carriers. I with the way technology is evolving and with like satellite and all this technology that's evolving so quickly, I'm like, dude, if we have an opportunity to sell one of those, let's just sell one of those. I don't know that that's even going to be a technology that's useful 10 years from now.
Yeah, that's a good
You know what
point.
I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, we might not even be using cell phones 15 years from now. Like we might be using just something crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. I don't.
Like I might be just talking into this pen, recording a podcast on this pen or something. I don't know. Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to personally thank you for listening to this podcast. It means the world to me. The only way this show grows is by word of mouth. If there's anyone in your circle that could benefit from this podcast, it would mean the world to me if you could share it with them via text or maybe on your Instagram story. And I'll be sure to keep an eye out on my Instagram for shares so I can reshare you on my Instagram story. Again, thank you so much for listening, and it means the world to me. Now back to the show. So anyways, I say all this and that if we have an opportunity to go put up another cell tower through one of these channels and then just sell it for 500 grand, 600 grand, like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyways, excited for that. We're going to do a little refresh, very, very light refresh. We're going to seal and stripe the parking lot. I was just up there yesterday with Brandon Turner, one of our investors. Shout out to Brandon Turner, professional skateboarder. We were up there having lunch with the Built guys. And that's another cool thing. I'm up in Orange County all the time, so it's really easy to stop by this hotel.
I'm for sure gonna stop by. I'm up there all the time too. Take a little nap on the way home, maybe.
There you go.
Bring Pinot with me.
There you go. Bring Pinot. All the naps. Anyways, so light refresh. We're gonna do seal and stripe to the parking lot. We're gonna enhance the landscaping. So our guy Tim that does all the landscaping here at the office at Zendel. He's gonna do a bunch of birds of paradise. We're gonna anywhere to do like 12 big pots with 12 more birds of paradise. All new signage. The signage that they have there is like original from like the 50s maybe or 60s. I'm sorry, it's built in the 60s. So, enhance
Keeping
the
the name,
we're keeping the
keeping
name,
the
Surf
name.
Break,
It's
yeah.
very on brand for
I think
us.
it's on brand. It is. And then, well, it's funny because we have another hotel that's
Surf
on Surf Point.
Point. Yeah, Surf
Yeah.
Point, yeah, Surf
And
Break.
so it's confusing. And that one's Black Sands Inn, but it's on Surf Point. That's the street. And we name all the LLCs based on the street name. And so like an easy way to keep track of what property is what. But Surf Point and Surf Break is a little confusing. Anyways, so new signage. We got new signage coming in for Bodega. And oh my gosh, the signage looks so freaking sick. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
I
we
didn't know if you saw
decided?
yeah,
No,
do you see the
because
renderings? You got to see
well,
it.
we are getting different
We just got them
bids,
in this
so
morning.
oh, nice.
It was
Okay, I'll have to see
yeah,
it.
so sick. I'll show you when we get off this call. But we're doing two new signs at Bodega, the front, and then also like the main sign in the front, and then another sign by the lobby. And they look so good. I'm like, let's do these same signage signs down in Surf Break, but very clean, a lot of character, but kind of that modern like look and feel. Very classy, on brand. We're gonna replace all the front doors. The doors, like a lot of the doors to the rooms, just they're just a little tired, a little stiff, a little tired, and some of them just don't move and operate correctly. They're falling apart there. I'm like, let's just replace them and go with all clean, modern commercial doors that open up, look nice, and we'll do new sign
Black and
colors. We're gonna
gold?
do black and gold, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
it's gonna be sick. And then, well, and the signage is gonna be black and gold too. I can't wait to show you. It's gonna be sick. And then, we are going to
The doors,
the doors we talked about. Oh, all new mattresses. Those have already been ordered.
mattresses.
They're just like some of the bad reviews, and that's an upside. The reviews are like a 3.8 star average when we bought it, and so we're gonna start driving those reviews now. But a lot of the bad reviews are the mattresses. That's
Oh,
such an easy
easy.
fix.
So
Yeah,
why didn't they do
we have
that before? Yeah.
we have a mattress that we love. We use them at all the hotels. It's like I want to say less than 300 bucks, so we can replace all the mattresses relatively quick and easy fix, and that's an automatic value add. So those have already been ordered. Those are on the way, and that's really the main stuff. We're gonna partner with San Clemente Donuts, which is across the street. Yeah,
Nice.
and
Oh,
no, it's cool because check it out. We did this at Zendel recently. So where we'll partner with like a local like donut breakfast bagel place in the local area, and then we can leverage the on-site staff to bring it in the morning. Orange juice, coffee, bagels, packaged breakfast is something that's like quick grab and go.
I know.
Um,
I'm gonna start going by Zendel my mornings. I live a
you
couple
should.
blocks away.
It's kind of on the way to the office for you. Yeah, you should. You should, A. Johns. Anyway, so it's a way for us to it's quick and easy, provide
Yeah.
something that's like nice little combination for the
Yep.
guests. It allows us to check the box on the OTAs, the third party booking platforms, hotels.com, booking.com, Expedia, etc., as breakfast included. A lot of families, a lot of people that travel, especially with kids, they look for hotels to stay at that has a breakfast included, but it allows us to charge an amenity fee.
Yeah. And
Right.
even just a little something. Oh yeah, and the amenity fee is big,
So
but
if you think about it with the amenity fee, let's just say $25 per night per reservation, and let's just say at hotels in Dow, that's $25 times 24 rooms, and then multiply that by 365 days in a year, and let's just say we average a year-round occupancy of 68%. We're looking at a additional $148,000 in revenue growth right there. And let me just confirm I did my math right. 25 times 24 rooms multiplied by 365 days in a year and times a 68% occupancy. Yeah, $148,000 per year that drops to the bottom line. Now that's great in terms of cash flow. You're probably listening to this thinking, okay, 100 extra 148,000, and let's say, a chunk of that's going to go towards the supplies,
who's paying
right?
for it? Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say $30,000 goes towards paying for it. Now you have a net of 118,000 that drops to the bottom line divided by 12 months. Okay, it's an extra $9,900 a month in cash flow. But here's the kicker. Here's the real value, and this is why the boutique hotel game is superior than residential real estate and Airbnb investing, because the extra $118,000 to the NOI divided by a 7 cap. Most of these coastal properties in California, 7% cap rate or less. you're looking at an extra $1.7 million in valuations just simply by, partnering with Dunkin' Donuts across the street, San Clemente Donuts across the street, and providing some, little grab and go breakfast. That's the hack with a lot of people don't realize. So, you got to think big picture in this game, and so we did that at Zendale. We're going to implement this at the San Clemente Hotel as well. And so, again, with the cell tower sale, our basis is closer to like 3.9, 4 million on this deal. Median home price 1.7. I think we have an opportunity to increase the value in cash listing very nicely. And for all the assets, in our fund, we're going to put 10 boutique hotels in this fund, big picture. And, because we're buying in great locations, this is West Coast, either waterfront or just off the water in great locations. A-plus locations. I don't want to, and it's hard to find these deals. I don't want to go through all the work of renovating these properties, taking all the risks, signing on these loans, renovating the properties, making them nice, and then just selling them. I don't want to just become a flipper. I believe the way to build long-term wealth in real estate investing is to hold these assets long-term, cash flow them, reap the tax benefits. And so instead of selling, I want to add value in these assets. And instead of selling, I want to refi them. Not just once during the hold period, but I want to refi them a couple times in the hold period. So we will begin to refi a lot of these assets a year from now, and we'll return some money back to the investors. And then in 3 years, I want to do a second refi into a portfolio loan, all 10 hotels into a portfolio loan. Because it's a larger loan amount, we now get better terms, more attractive financing, and cheaper pricing. And oh, by the way, with the larger loan amounts, you have a lot more lenders that want to fund those types of deals. And so, and the rate environment likely, I'm speculating, but the rate environment will likely be much cheaper, 2 years from now, 3 years from now than they will be today.
Yeah.
So excited for it. Couple last things here. I think, for you guys, if you're thinking, boutique hotel investing and blah, 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 and maybe you're investing in Airbnbs right now. I think the thing here, guys, is, this phenomenon's happening right now across the country. So if you're investing in Airbnbs and you're listening to this podcast, you're buying Airbnbs right now, unless you're playing in a space where you have these larger properties that host 30 guests, I think that you're playing in a space that's, a shrinking industry. And I really believe that with the tightening Airbnb regs, everything is really going towards the boutique hotels. I really think that there's a huge opportunity in front of us. I really think that the tens of thousands of Airbnb investors out there are looking for that next thing. And I really feel that in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 5 years' time, it's going to be that next thing. When I started in the hotel space, there was no books out there. There was no podcast. There was no content. No one was talking about on social media. And now you go to these conferences, and all these Airbnb investors are they're excited about the boutique hotel game. And so I think it's going to be a big thing in a few years.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like everyone's kind of transitioning or getting their feet wet with it and just doing it at scale, especially with all the regulations. So yeah, it's time to get in. Time is now.
Also, I think with the 40 million retiring baby boomers that are going to be happening between now and the next 6 years, I think, there's going to be an opportunity to come in and pick up more hotels, at these smaller price points, less than 10 million, that are underperforming. These deals are way too small for institutional capital, but we're going to go and pick these things off one at a time. We're going to put 10 in this fund. And then down the road, when we exit, we're going to exit all 10 as a portfolio sale. And because all 10 together are as a larger number, it's now you can attract the more institutional groups, the REITs, et cetera, that are willing to come in and pay a higher cost per door, a higher dollar per door, a lower cap rate for the economies to scale. And we're even seeing larger groups like Hyatt and Marriott go in and pick up these smaller collections of boutique hotels from private operators, because they also see what's happening right now with the shift in demographics. These millennials and more importantly, the Gen Zers, they don't want to stay at these big chains anymore. They want to stay at these cool experiences, and they want to share these cool experiences with their friends.
Yeah, they don't want to go to Chili's.
They don't want to go to Chili's. They don't want to go to Applebee's. They don't want to go to the Yard House. Those days are over. And I get it. I mean, think about this. If you go to India Street right here in Little Italy, just adjacent to our office, 30 of the best restaurants in San Diego are all right here. And how many of those are chains?
None.
Yep. It's just not a thing
True.
anymore. If you put what's considered a nice chain?
Ruth Chris.
Okay, Ruth Chris could be good. Cheesecake Factory, yeah, that's considered a nicer chain. But Well, shoot, I did air traffic control for 11 years, 6 of those years in Palmdale, California, where LA Center is, and I don't even think they had a Cheesecake Factory. They had a BJ's. They had a BJ's there and a Yard House. When the Yard House went in, people were like, "Oh, watch
That's where I'm
out."
going
Yeah,
Saturday
that was like
night.
Friday night, date
Yeah.
night.
Oh, yeah.
That was like
Get a
that was
reservation,
a big
dress up.
it's a big deal. Yard House,
Yeah.
BJ's, but Javier's, yes, but
I
Javier's
don't
is
know if that would be
nice.
considered
I
a
don't know if that's a
chain,
chain. Yeah,
but I mean, there's multiple,
Ruth
but
Chris. What was
yeah.
the other option you said? Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake, yeah.
You're not gonna put a Cheesecake Factory in here on India Street, so that's a good
No.
example. It's just I don't know if it's gonna
Sorry,
do
Oscar.
good. Yeah. Anyhow, the trends, the shifts are happening, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm just excited for everything. I'm so addicted to this game. Like I'm excited for the rest of this year. I wanted to close on this hotel and quickly. We did it quickly, and now we get to like realign our focus with getting Bodega done, getting this asset repositioned. It's gonna be a quick one. I think we'll be done in 3 weeks, tops. And then spring summer season is gonna start kicking off, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling. But I'm excited. We're gonna have a big year. We're gonna play to win the game this year, and I'm very excited about everything we're doing. And I think we have a really good core of players on the team right now. The energy's great. The vibes are great. I think the bar has been risen. Is that even a word? The bar has
Has
been risen.
risen? Has
Has
risen.
rose. The bar has rose.
I guess that works. Has risen?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
bar has been leveled up
Yep. Yeah.
for the
That
entire
works
team.
too.
The median bar has leveled
Mhm.
up, and
Our investors too. I feel like our investors are amazing, and like we just keep getting more good ones, and they keep showing up, and they're incredible. So we couldn't do it without them either, and they've been really amazing.
yeah, major shout out to all of our investors in the community. Just amazing, phenomenal people. We truly cannot do this without any of our investors. And by the way, if you're listening to this and you're interested in learning more about potentially investing with us, you can go to summerscapital.com/invest to book a free call with our team and get on our investor wait list for the next time that we do have an opportunity. But I'm just excited for everything that we got going on, and a lot of cool stuff going to be happening with our mastermind as we grow
Yeah.
that. And
A lot of people are under contract. A lot of people couple of our members just went under contract on like a jail that they're gonna renovate. That's sick. I'm so excited to see that. But there's been some good movement of lots of people going under contract and making moves in the
I was
mastermind as
just on a call
well.
with Owen right now. He's gearing up to do a 25 unit deal up in North Carolina right now. 25 unit boutique hotel. Yeah, shout out to Owen doing big things. Harshad's doing big things. Shout out to Cassidy doing big things.
Jess
Just
and
so many good
Donna.
people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't. We have like the mastermind community now is like between Seven Figure Creator and Hotel is like I want to say 160 people or something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We're gonna have a
It's cool
retreat in
to see.
Tulum.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get
Yeah,
back to you guys on the dates.
yeah, and we got a couple things that's brewing right now that we're not gonna announce right now, but a couple really exciting things that I think are gonna enhance everything for our communities, investors, mastermind members, and everything that we're doing. Yeah, so I'm excited. We'll announce those here in the next couple of months, but I'm just so excited, and I truly could not do this with you and your efforts, Alex, and Lauren's efforts, and
Same.
everyone on the team, and
Yeah.
even Oscar over
Team
here shooting the
effort. Yep.
podcast right now.
Yeah.
You've been with me since we started this podcast, and yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm very grateful for everyone that's wrapped around me right now. Just all amazing people, and it's gonna be a big
Growth
year.
mindset, and
Yeah,
like we're learning a lot. I feel like with every deal, with every month, year, we learn so much, and you look back, and it's cool to see. But yeah, definitely everyone is very positive and willing to learn, get in there, and the growth mindset I think is important when you're making these changes. Sometimes last minute, you kind of just have to like pivot it and go with it and figure it out. That's what we do, and I think everyone on the team is willing to do that.
yeah, and everyone's willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to like help the other person or just like
Like
for
to
the
see the
overall
bigger
goal.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's really the cool thing to see, and it shows. It really shows, and I'm very grateful and lucky that you guys want to ride this journey with me.
Yeah, let's
'Cause
do
we're
it.
we're gonna we're gonna
Keep it
build a
warmed
big
up.
thing. We're gonna build a big thing here, and this is just the beginning, Johns. That's the
Truly
scary part.
is.
This is just the beginning. So,
Yeah.
anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys also listening to this podcast, on a Saturday or whenever, wherever you guys are in the country. Listening to this podcast means a lot to me, means the world to me, and I truly couldn't do this without you guys as well. So I'm just feeling grateful right now, and excited
All the
about
love, all the
everything
love.
we got going on. All the love. She's Alex Johnson, my favorite co-host.
Good to be
I'm
here.
Rich Summers. Listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.